am Tara from How to Make Soap and livingonadime.com. My YouTube channel is How to Make Soap on a Dime. And today I'm going to show you one way to make soap on a dime. So I had these bars of soap that I made and I rebatched them. And because they had so much water in them when I rebatched them, it caved in. Now actually this was my first rebatch that I ever did. And I didn't know how much water to put in. I just started dumping water. You guys know me. I just kind of go for it. But I had these for my husband, and he's like, well, they're kind of hard to use with the little knobbies. I'm like, okay, let me fix that. Well, as you can see, I had this huge pile of soaps. And I thought, okay, I need to go in and get it fixed. So what I did was I went in and I started cutting off the edges, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, what I did here. Okay, so first thing I did was I took and cut off the little nibs here. Okay, just like that. So now it's kind of square again, or not square, rectangle again. And then the next thing I did was I just took and beveled the edges. Now I do have a beveler, but it wasn't worth going downstairs to pick it up, or to go downstairs to grab it, so I just grabbed a knife. Bevel it off the edges just a little bit. Now, of course, I don't want to waste all these little bits here. So what I did was I put all the bits in a little bowl, and I had a few extras here from just little pieces. This was one my friend gave us, loved it, but it was getting too small to use. This is another one that I used, but it's kind of an awkward shape. This one I already rebatched, so it's going to be rebatched again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through my salad shooter here and get it all ground up. Okay, so let me get a shorter bowl. All right, here we go. Okay, so that took me about 2 minutes to do all those soap shavings. Tonight, I'm going to make this into soap on my live soap show, so I will be right back and do that.
Hearts flying across the screen. So, yeah, Barbara, on the lie, we had to throw away the food that was on the countertop because since Tara
Messed it up.
managed to flick the lie. Always entertaining, love you guys. Thank you. I'm glad somebody thinks so, Joanne.
Well, now it just beeped.
It's showing the time.
Oh, here's another thinking deer.
The colon is flashing, so that means it's ticking.
Okay.
Christine says,
The time is going, guys.
you might use your oven that way, but in places where it gets really hot, the Instant Pot keeps
Now,
going.
that I will say is the reason why I had thought about getting it in the first place. Like in the summer, our kitchen gets ridiculously hot,
What does it say? Uh-oh, now it says burn on it.
especially on the shows.
Should we have
Burn?
Should we have undone
Why
it?
is it saying burn? Only I could burn something in the Instapot. Why? Surely not.
Yeah, Rocio says, I think you need to depressurize. It's going to be overcooked.
It's mocking you.
Stovetop ones do blow up.
Mom, they said read the instructions.
Okay,
You
so
read them?
the rice on the stove is done.
Oh no. Maybe you should cover yourself with a fireproof suit before you try to open it.
Okay, so where's the manual? Well, hold on. Let me get my soap going here just a second.
Fresh out of the food.
Where's the manual? Okay.
soap is. You can't stop the soap in the middle if you need to tend to the pressure.
Jack, why don't you stay back? I'm not sure about this thing.
Jack is probably gonna explode.
Valerie says use tongs to release the pressure.
They're saying turn it off.
Maxine says not enough water.
They're saying it's burning. Turn it off. How much water do you need?
They're saying it's burning. Turn it off. Okay. So
Maybe we should take the rice out and maybe we should let it cool off. and-
use tongs.
Well, other people are saying turn it off.
How much
Why
water
don't you let somebody
do
who's
you
less jumpy do that?
Well, that's a good way to steam clean your cabinets.
Wait.
Well, now it's got numbers again.
Yeah, it's probably stopped burning.
I think we need someone to come over here. I think we need one of our friends in northern Colorado to come over here and teach us how to use it. I think I could probably get it to work.
Wait. Mama, did you add 1 cup of liquid?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, guys, she did add 1.
So no pressure, but do you think any of that lye went on the floor?
No.
Okay.
All right.
That
Now
model
I'm
has 15
like,
safety points, Mariah says. So I'm thinking this may not blow up like the old pressure cookers did.
There are people
Okay.
saying hit cancel.
hit cancel.
But no, it's 1 minute till. Oh, okay.
Hey, Davy Jones, I'm taking your comment and saving it so we can, on the timing comparison. This is the most entertainment I've had all week.
Oh man, it smells.
Patty asked, is it sealed? Did you reset the time earlier? That
I
must have
don't
been.
know.
Kathy says if it says on, it's not up to pressure yet.
Alright, so do I open it now?
Wait, I don't think you should get near it. I think I should open it. If it's opening. What does everybody think? Is this opening time? Turn it so the vent isn't under the cabinets. And Bandana says I always put the steam valve away from the cabinets.
Yeah, but see, then I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I could steam clean my cabinets while I'm...
Rosemary said you should have pushed cancel. Wait, wait, stand back. Wait.
That means it's. I'm guessing that means it's. Well, it smells like.
I think we should do a new batch. Although I don't know if we
Okay,
have time.
Oh,
to
wait,
do it.
looks
hold
like
on, let
rice.
everybody look first. Hold on.
It's pretty stiff, so I think we ran out. I think
Okay.
we burned up the water when we tripped the breaker.
No, they can't see that.
There it is.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness, this thing is heavy.
Yeah, they can see it.
I
Okay.
think when we tripped the breaker, we should have restarted it, like taken it out and done a new batch. Dave, is that lined up?
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
real.
like raw in the middle.
It's real stiff, but I think that's because it probably cooked off the steam, and then when we tripped the breaker, it didn't finish cooking.
Oh. Oh, no, I'm good.
They said use a hot pad or a towel.
Man, the part I got was good. might
I
add a
think
little
it's
more.
like cooked in some places and not cooked in others. Should I just throw it away? Try it again?
Try it again, but don't throw it away. Hold on.
Houston, we have a problem.
So do I try this again, guys?
I think we didn't do it right the first time because the breaker tripped. And-
Okay, let's try it again.
But I don't know, can we... Dave?
You want to save that?
I think I can save it. It's already partially good for sure, and I'm not going to waste good rice. That's good rice!
Are you sure it's not
Here.
even coming
Not
out?
even coming out.
Why don't you...
Okay, so the rice on the stove is done. I guess that experiment was a bomb.
We may have to re-experiment that part later if
Okay,
it's
let
important.
me put this back.
They said, Sacred Wonder said take the liner out. Isn't that already out?
This is a liner.
That's the liner?
So if I clean the liner out real quick, can we make some again right away, or do we have to wait? For
Do we
those
have
of
to
you
wait to
who
redo
love
it?
Instant Pots.
People are just saying read the manual.
It did burn off the bottom. Well, should we
Manuals are for wimps.
Should we wait and let me cook something in on Friday?
I think we should try it again.
Why don't you
I'm feeling good about it. Okay, let me clean
Why
it.
you're feeling good about it?
Here,
Wait, it's very hot. Just let me scrape it, dear. You stay on.
you gotta do the comments.
Oh,
Make rice pudding. You know what that says?
actually, so the rice at the moment isn't the perfect consistency, but I think that when it said burn, it's because since we stopped it and restarted it, it probably didn't. It used up more water than it otherwise does. But I think I can. It's
Okay,
not too
so
bad.
Let's try it again. Okay, so I got
Something
it clean.
is stuck on the bottom.
And
I forgot who it was that expressed the concern, but none of the lye went on the floor, so Buster should be fine.
okay.
Justice for Buster.
Okay, don't have to wait, but you have to clean it really well.
Okay,
Did
pouring in the water.
Well, James, I agree. I think it's Mike's turn, but Dora won't let me, so I might have to do it
Oh, can
Friday.
you go bring me the rice? It's all in the cabinet. Okay, hold on. I'm running out of rice.
Mimi says this needs to win a YouTube award.
Okay, what?
Hey, Mimi says this needs to win a YouTube
On
award.
the bottom. A YouTube award for what?
Oh, when you were trying to get the lid off.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, they need to make a compilation of all Mom's fails because they're hilarious.
Oh.
Exhibit A.
Would you like me to pour the rice, dear?
Thanks, Ellie. Okay, got a little too much.
Yeah, gee, Cosper, I think it can be saved too.
Okay, so I'm
But I don't
putting
think
in-
it was so far the best test because.
Dana said, Tara, you're a wimp. Read the manual.
Oh, cat lover, saving the rice isn't about being frugal as much as I hate to waste rice.
It has
Okay, so-
arsenic.
Okay, so we're trying again. So I got my little bit of salt. And, oh, we had to throw the butter away. Okay,
Put
so
some
hold on.
oil or butter with the rice.
So we'll put a little bit of margarine in here. Margarine is good. Okay. Where's the lid? Here's the lid. Okay.
So we're still gonna mess with it, but this may not be the
I think
official
I'm a
test.
pro. I think I'm a pro now. Or not.
When you do it Friday, use frozen chicken. A lot of people are saying that.
Stupid.
Sharon says this show is one of the best I've seen and I've been following for a long time.
Okay, so here we go again. Should I do rice or should I do pressure cook? Okay, and I'm turning this closed.
Well, I'm thinking like at McDonald's when it just has the medium picture that maybe
Push
if you
right.
push the rice button, it's designed for people
Now
who
this
don't
has
know how
12
to
minutes.
use it.
Here, this has 12 minutes on it.
Well, maybe that includes the time to get up to pressure. Malaya says we don't use much rice in our family. I like rice and rice likes me, and I've been not eating it because I thought I shouldn't. And I went to a doctor today that told me I shouldn't eat what I'm eating and I should eat more rice. Although
Did we tell him you only have 3 months to live?
she wasn't. That's a joke. It's a joke.
No, he called me from the doctor and he's like, I got this wrong and I got this wrong and I got this wrong and this wrong, and I'm like,
I said they had told me I have all these things wrong, but I'm not sure about some doctors, so I'm gonna
There's
go
a
see.
rice button. You click the rice button.
I clicked the rice button,
Heidi
yes.
said, "Oh my, Tarzan optimism, hide under the table, Mike." I should have, Heidi.
Uncle
It's
Dave
big
said
problem.
hi, Ellie.
Susanna, this is a good lesson for your kids. One must read the manual to know.
I don't do manuals at all.
I see. We're the
Oh,
opposite in that way, Susanna. I
Oh,
like to look at the
oh.
manual and.
Bob Dylan says
Go ahead, say it
blind.
again.
Hello, Uncle Dave.
Bob
Wait,
Dylan
that's the
says,
mic, right?
yeah,
That
Yes,
was
that's the
really-
mic.
Oh, Uncle Dave says, Ellie, did somebody tell you that?
Yes. Okay, so I don't do manuals. I figure if I can't just plug it in and use it, I don't know.
Did
Yeah,
you put in the
okay.
water?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be something?
Did you
Debbie
close
said
the
you're doing
valve
too
so it
much
can
at one time.
pressurize?
I am doing too much at one time.
Should have waited on so.
I had a rough day today. Yeah. Okay, black bean soup.
Mom.
Oh, so here it tells how to cook the beans.
Yeah.
We were asking about this on the How to Save on
So
Groceries
did you just hit the right
page.
setting? Everybody was saying.
I just hit the right setting, okay?
There you
What
go.
So we'll try that and see.
So this wasn't really a fail. This was Tara doing the water test. Now it'll be alright.
Funny. Okay. Dining on a Dime cookbook. I wrote it.
It's not sealed open.
But if you're scared, I edited it.
So on our... Oh,
It
thanks.
wasn't
What?
sealed.
It wasn't sealed?
It was a little bit off. So I sealed it.
So today I was showing Heidi our how to clean a burnt pan video. She said, I've never had a pan like that in my life. And I said, I have one at least once a week and sometimes several times a week. She said, you're a cookbook author.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But the recipes are awesome, though. Sangria is asking how much water did you put in this time? The same, 1 to 1?
Same amount, 1 to
So
1.
she started over with totally new rice and totally new water and made it according to the
Ooh.
directions.
Pina
So
colada rice pudding. Now that sounds good.
What?
I should have made that.
um,
Okay, combine the rice, water, and salt. Close and lock it.
Julie says that's too long for white rice. The rice setting? Well, if that's true, let us know and we'll stop it slightly early.
Michelle Swetzer says, look behind you, it's exploding.
Susanna says you're supposed to put more water in, but Tara looked at the instructions for the various kinds of rice and
Says 2 to
it
2
says 1 to
equal
1,
parts.
which is different. Your mom wants to know, how did I survive my children?
Oh, thanks.
I love that it's real time. Thanks, Leanne. Barbara wants to know if you're going to finish the soap. Or are you going to wait till
Well,
after the
and this is
rice?
a hot process stick blender, so I am letting it get up and get bubbling.
They said make sure that the vent on the back is not under the cabinets.
Okay.
Because they'll come out super fast, and I think it could wipe off the
finish.
Finish. Okay, so I'm rebatching some soap today. This is our soap that I'm rebatching.
Maria says, I love that. I love her version of a water test. That was a good one.
Seriously, people do a water test? Why would you do a water test? What is that for?
Well, I don't know, but I think if we read the directions, it might tell us why. Just read the manual while you take a bath. Maybe
Oh
I'll
yeah,
have
I want to
read-
relax in the tub with a...
Normally, if it
manual.
requires a manual, I have to read the manual and then I explain it.
I don't do reading manuals. I just like the pictures. I'm one of those just jump in and go for it kind of people.
Me too.
Okay, so guys, check out our How to Save on Groceries Facebook group. We're growing by like 200 people a day. Did you hear that? Oh! 200 people a day. Okay, here it goes.
Well, Melissa says 1 to 1 on the rice is part of the problem, but that's what the instructions said.
That's
so
what
that
the
was
instruction manual, yeah.
Try to make a vacuum cleaner and make soap.
Why would I want to make soap
Pull
in a
all
vacuum
the
tube?
bubbles out of the solution.
Hey, Connie's back! Hey, Connie! Bingo, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. Is it starting to do its thing? I hear it slightly.
It's sizzling.
Don't give us a soap volcano. This is a horror show today.
This is a horror show. Is it that bad?
Heidi's feeling her Cheerios for being that late.
Florida Singularity says soap.
Which, actually, Heidi, I don't know if you might not know that saying in Norway. Feeling your Cheerios just means that you're being really funny.
What am I doing? Seriously?
No, she was just making a joke about if the soap volcanoes.
Oh,
the
well,
rice
yeah, that's just what I
volcanoes.
mean. Oh.
Heather says I'm trying to declutter my bedroom and I'm about dead. Well, sit down and have a laugh.
Yeah.
You two need hard hats. Thank you,
I
Stormy.
think we need a bodysuit. What if it blows? What if it blows up on me? I'm still disturbed that it's not showing a time yet. There it goes.
12 minutes?
12 minutes. Okay.
Well, some
I
people...
can tell you right now, this is not faster
Did Mike
than
just
doing...
back away? Yeah, I
Just
did.
shove the rice in the microwave.
This is not faster than the stove. So,
Well,
we could knock that off the list. Now, it may taste better than the stove, and we'll do a
well,
taste
if we had
test.
done it right, it would still not be faster, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we'll do a taste test and see. But by the time you let it come to pressure, and now it says it's got 12 minutes, and then I guess you have to let the pressure off. Or, I mean, you have to let it come down. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read the manual and see what it says on how to cook the rice. Here, okay. When time is up, open the lid using the 10-minute natural release on page 7. Let's see. What is the 10? See, you have to wait for 10 minutes for it to still do it. That's crazy. Are you saying? 3 ways to 10-minute natural release. Let the pressure cooker go into keep warm mode and count up to 10 minutes. Then press cancel and position the steam valve on the lid venting position.
So, for those of you who are saying, like Davy Jones, don't leave it for 12 minutes, how long... Lynn says white rice should take 8 minutes. So maybe, and everyone says 12 minutes seems so long. So if you have an Instapot and you've made white rice in it, how long did you cook it for? And a couple people are still thinking that the mixture of 1-to-1 isn't right, but she was just
That's
following...
everything I've read is what everything is said.
You made it right. 1, 2. Joyce says, welcome to the I Love Lacey show.
Low pressure for 12 minutes, 7-8 minutes for high pressure.
Well, how do I know if it's on low or high? I just clicked rice.
Karen says, I'm enjoying you guys so much. I'm the same as you. Glad to see I'm not alone. So I think since everyone's saying 8 minutes, I think at 4 minutes I should depressurize
I'm
it.
wondering about if it's low or high pressure.
Yeah.
It says right here that it's low pressure.
Ah! Good job!
See, you need a 3rd grader to come tell you.
You're right, Jack.
So
So it's low pressure.
So if you're
Okay,
watching and
stay
you're
back, though. I don't
unsure,
want it to do anything
we're
yet.
gonna do more shows, and Mike's maybe gonna practice something in the middle to see if I can figure out.
Now,
Well, should I not?
I'm feeling you don't have confidence in my cooking.
Notice how the computer is left as far away as possible. I'm no dummy. We just got it back from the repair shop.
It literally came today.
But Tara doesn't have red hair. Thank you, Noah's Ark.
Oh, brother.
1-to-1 is correct. Well, Bandana has one. Didn't you ask her before you got on the show?
I did.
Say, what am I going to do that's going to embarrass me?
Well, I figured rice was easy. I was going to cook a whole meal in it.
Well, I was feeling like maybe we should try 1 or 2 when we're not on. Although then everybody will miss all the laughs of figuring it out.
I know. See, that's what I thought.
Yes?
It's the fun of figuring it out.
There's heat.
Did we tell them I almost lopped off my finger last night?
Oh.
So I wonder if the pressure is
Somehow
supposed
she
to...
got a knife.
I did.
I only normally allow her to have plastic silverware because I know she can hurt herself even with the plastic knife.
Poor Mike. I was in here cutting the chicken for our curry chicken last night, which did not turn out. I didn't like it very well.
Wait.
Everybody said it was supposed to be spicy. But
Well,
it was...
I don't think you put enough curry in because we added more curry after it was cooked, and it tasted a lot more like what we had in. It tasted a lot more like the
Oh,
the
Jack liked
authentic
it.
curry chicken we had in Ireland and Scotland.
There's this thing that says less normal and more. What if you press the plus?
I don't know. Just don't
Don't
touch
make
it.
it
Let's
more
see what it
pressure.
does.
Go for less amount of
We
time.
need to see Buster.
And I was cutting...
What would Jack
I was cutting the chicken, and I have a brand new knife, and I stabbed my finger with the knife. I probably should have got stitches, but poor Mike, I'm like, I'm holding it shut to keep it from spewing all over. And I'm like, Mike, I need your help. And he's like, what? No, I said, no, I need your help now.
Hi, Nate. Glad you're back.
So he was having to bind up my wound.
So Lynn says, don't depressurize early, just hit the cancel button early so it can naturally release. So since everyone's saying 8 minutes, I assume that means I need to hit the cancel button at 4 minutes.
Well,
Alright.
but I don't understand. Why have a rice thing if it's not...
Well, most people are saying it's not really ideal for rice. Except if you want to just throw the rice in there and walk away from it.
Bandana says you asked her and she told you not to use it for rice. Specifically not to use it.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm not going to say anything, Susie.
I have no memory at all. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to wonder about myself. Okay, let's see.
When unsure, ask a third grader. Judy says, what a reality show, LOL.
Okay.
Jack is brave, fearless, brilliant. And I might get close enough, but we'll
Duct
see.
tape fixes everything.
Duct tape fixes everything. There you go.
Carol.
Yes, Susan, the kids are well and going back to school, so yay.
Oh, are we going to that meeting at school tonight?
What meeting?
I was thinking not, but
Okay.
Oh, I don't
What
want to
meeting?
go there.
Oh, they're having a meeting at David's school
We
tonight.
already know what hell Please have like
well, today we're close enough to the end that we're going to see how the rice goes, but between today and Friday, I'll probably read the manual and
Hey,
try
what
it.
about going batty?
Oh, Melissa says 8 minutes is high pressure, you're at low pressure, so we probably should wait the whole time then.
I think we should just leave it and wait and see what happens.
Okay.
It said rice. If it says rice, I clicked rice.
Liz is asking, did I miss something?
You missed everything.
Well,
You missed a lot of laughs. Low
Okay, so
pressure
we-
12 minutes. Okay, so that's right.
We tried the rice cooker first
Come
with...
They want to know the school updates.
We don't have a school update yet. We meet the principal on Friday.
Jennifer says it's like watching myself watching this. Haha, this is so me. Learned by reading exactly one paragraph of the manual, then just pushing start and other random buttons and hoping for the
I'm
best.
serious. That's what I do.
That's seriously the difference between Tara and me on technology. I'm too paranoid not to read it all. Well, I don't usually read all the bits about how the radio waves from it can interfere with other people's crock pots or whatever. Good night, Heidi. It's been great having you here. Oh, wow. Heidi says.
Night, Heidi.
Mary S said the 12 minutes is for brown rice.
Is Tara
I'm going to
doing-
leave it and see what happens.
Is Tara doing soap? She's in the middle of it, kind of working on it.
So
It's-
this is soap that failed for us in some pieces, and so I ground it up and I'm putting it in here and I'm rebatching it. So this is just going to be for Mike to use.
So,
And-
regarding the school question, we have not gone for the meeting yet. We have the meeting Friday. I'm optimistic because I've had to talk to this principal before, and she's really nice, and she's reasonable, and so I don't expect this to be a big problem. Somebody was asked on the other show when we were talking about it. I think a number of people were confused because they were thinking we said that he had a fever and sore throat and all that for 13 days in a row.
No.
But he's had 13 days of sickness spread out through the entire school year. Only
Yes.
4 days this time, and then he was back in school.
Yeah, he only missed 4
So-
days of school this semester.
So we weren't, keeping him out with a sore throat and a fever for 13 days. We would definitely take him in to the doctor if it was that.
He's only actually been sick
I still have a sore throat.
a week and 1 day. No, a week and 2 days.
Melissa says, how could anyone fight Mike? Actually, what's funny in those situations is I usually go in, people usually get the point, and I'm pretty well able to explain it in a way that they usually agree, but I don't usually lose my temper at all.
And I'm
usually
like,
pretty quiet.
get it together, people!
The only time I did lose my temper is when we were in the elementary school, and there was a teacher that was
Bullying the kids.
yelling at the kids.
Calling him stupid.
Tara caught him yelling at David in the hall and calling him stupid, and so I went down and I kind of more lost my temper like than I otherwise normally
Then the little
would.
turd told the principal that we threatened him, and we didn't. Alright, so my soap is done.
But I haven't had that problem with any other teacher anywhere else. but we have had to go in and talk to them a lot at different schools for various things like this.
I like my man to smell good, so I'm adding just a little bit of extra scent.
My man.
Smell that. You're going to smell good.
Oh,
Woo!
yeah.
Man, I won't be able to keep my hands off of you. Okay. So I'm stirring in my fragrance.
Annika says, I usually buy the sweets in the shuck here in Jerusalem. I don't know what that is.
All right. Oops, I should have measured it, but I think it's all right for the
Actually,
temperature.
Jen did say that time could be referenced to being at the higher elevation. Although I think a pressure cooker shouldn't matter because it's changing the pressure inside. So we wouldn't be going by atmospheric pressure. We'd be going by the pressure the pot makes inside itself.
Oh, see, you're smart. You could probably homeschool.
See, I are a college graduate.
I are. Okay.
So,
Can you read?
Michelle, it's kind of like watching a train wreck, but so far no one has died. Yeah, keep her away from knives. Yes, Tara has more knife scars on herself than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah, knives
Just
and
2
I are
minutes.
not one. Okay, so I'm stirring in
1
all
minute.
my old soap.
Let's pop
So
it
these
in.
are my soap shreds from the soap that was misformed. It was really lumpy and all that, so I threw it in the salad shooter, and then I'm putting it in here. This is called rebatching because I'm making new soap out of the old soap with some extra new soap. Well, this is one way of rebatching. It's not the only way, but
Yeah, see, I think Melissa has the right idea.
what?
She says, I'm like Tara, it's better when I send my husband for the school stuff. They actually told me he was much nicer to deal with.
Oh, Mike will be much nicer to deal with because I don't put up with their baloney at all.
Well,
I have no patience. None.
I find that sometimes even if I don't entirely agree with having to do it this way, if I speak
Ooh, it's beeping.
I told you.
if I
you
speak
have
the
to
language, the kind of school language,
think you
then
have
we
to
can
let
usually
the
come to
pressure
a
out.
place that works out okay. But if I get real upset, then they want to fight. So
I'm pretty sure you have to let the pressure out. But
So do I just leave it now until it does its thing?
after it's done, doesn't a pressure cooker release its own steam?
Well, that's what I thought.
Well, actually, Jill's right. Your mom. In spite of some bad teachers, there are so many that deserve crowns in heaven.
Yes,
And this
that
isn't
is
a teacher.
true.
This is not a teacher issue,
No.
though. His teachers right now, I think, are all good as far as we know. And we had a small issue with Jack's class, but because I know his teacher is amazing, I was very different with how I asked her about the problem. So,
Well, we're having the problem right now is that the school lied.
no, it's already-
The attendance lady lied and was lying and trying to intimidate us into forcing him to come to school. She sat there in one breath and said, don't send him to school when he has a fever. And then in the next breath said, well, you have to send him to school. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
so Karen is asking, what are you using for your molds? And
So these are Dollar,
Wenda's asking if they're the new soap molds.
no, these are Dollar Tree soap molds.
So,
And
oh, are they actually for soap?
nope, they're for organizing your drawers.
So are you sure that it's going to be okay with that?
Yep, it will.
There's certain people who are saying to release the pressure, but then someone else said that that means natural release, so it should.
Davy Jones, since you've used the low pressure setting, you can
Yeah.
let it release by itself. Just remember when you want to do a quick release, you need to push the release valve until it clicks into place. Or
Okay, so I'm gonna let this get hard, and Friday I'll cut it for you guys.
so, but you can put it on anything, and it works great on a computer, on a mobile device. It works well. Just depends on which. Like if you're on an iOS device, it's iBooks, and if you're on an Android device, I'd probably use Adobe Reader. But you can use anything that opens PDFs. So,
Yes, Dave.
White Dove, I think we should go to New Zealand, because White Dove says school mostly starts 9 here in New Zealand. Or NZ is New
Well,
Zealand,
it's
right?
really ridiculous.
different schools are
Teenagers,
different here.
yeah, teenagers are known to be more night owls than morning people.
We love to
So
be
why
there.
do schools have them start at 7 a.m.? That's just, it's ridiculous. Once again, just ridiculous. But, you know, it's
they
not
always
the
sleep in till,
principal's
like,
fault,
12.
so.
So did you? I didn't know if you said something about kids getting to school. Oh, public transportation. They do have public transportation for the students, but
If they miss
a
the
lot.
bus
Well, a lot
or
of places
something.
in the U.S. have. Well, there is that. If they miss the bus, but a lot of places in the U.S. have magnet schools, or which is a school where it's not the school where your kid is expected to go, but they teach some specialty thing, and if you want to send your child there, you can, but they don't provide buses to those places because it's like in a different town. And this school is one of those. So about a third of the students that go to this school are not in the district, and they come from other places. And so the school doesn't provide transportation because then you're choosing to send your child to this school. But sometimes if they miss the bus, they just don't come to school, and maybe mom and dad don't even know.
Yeah.
But that's not the problem with Dave, and I think she said right away that that wasn't appropriate, but unfortunately the attendance lady doesn't know us. So she doesn't necessarily know.
Yeah.
So anyway,